Hello everyone and welcome to Dakno's Tuesday Tips. I'm joined today by Kristin Packer. Kristin is a member of our marketing department, does a great job with Dakno managing accounts. My name is Bobby Carroll, and we're here today to talk about how to leverage your brand and partner with other brands in the community. It's really, really important to do that, Kristin. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're going to talk about today?
Here at Dakno, we really love to get to know our clients so we can really capture them when developing a lot of their marketing material. And it's also so important for you as an agent to know your audience as well.
Absolutely, and along that same line, Kristin, we want to make sure that our clients know that they can align their brand with other brands in the community. Have something in common with that brand and make sure that you have similar values as well.
Definitely, I agree with you. And another very important part is to execute a smart strategy. Utilize all the platforms that you can when formulating a plan for your co-branding.
You know, this is a great opportunity for both brands to experience a win-win in this scenario. And so it gives equal opportunity in that win-win scenario to amplify the brand of both the agent and the person that they're partnering with or the company that they're partnering with. Also, it's really important, as you know, to demonstrate a heart in the community. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, how agents can do that effectively and actually co-brand with other organizations in the community?
I think it's, like he said, it's very important to show a heart, put a little bit of personalization on what you're doing. Don't just say me, clients. Like, figure out what it is that you're passionate about and align yourself with that, not only with your audience, but something that you really care about within your community.
Absolutely. So, and again, just to kind of wrap this up in terms of what you can expect today, it's really about partnering with Dakno as well so we can get to know you. And so we're going to make that opportunity available to you as well. So if you're like, golly, this whole co-branding thing sounds really, really interesting, as a member of the sales team, by all means, let me know if you've got an interest in that, or if you have some conversations with your account manager or anyone here at Dakno. It's really important to let us know that, hey, this thing sounds really interesting. I'd like to dig into it deeper and see how it applies to our business. So why don't we jump in now and talk a little bit about knowing your audience. You know, one of the things that I think that agents are really good at is identifying the perfect client. You know, someone that they just get excited about, who they really enjoy working with. So if you haven't figured that out yet, it's really important that you do that first and foremost, because if you haven't done that, then you're going to probably struggle a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today. Now, I'm not going to chase you away. I want you to stay tuned, but it's really important that you know who it is that you want to target. Who is your audience?
I agree with you there, Bobby, but just in case some people missed a little bit, can you maybe tell me what is co-branding?
Absolutely, and I think now is a great time to define that. So co-branding is basically a marketing partnership between you and another organization, another brand out there in the community. You know, we think about that all the time, and we see examples of that everywhere, particularly in media and on television and so forth. And so, you know, I was reminded that one that comes to my mind in terms of a co-branding opportunity is the GoPro people and then the Red Bull people, how they pull together the whole, you know, leap out of that balloon, that Stratus balloon. And so they really did a marvelous job of coming together and using technology. And, you know, obviously this guy that's brave enough to jump out of a balloon many, many miles up into the stratosphere, that was an amazing example of a co-branding opportunity. Why don't you tell us about one that maybe strikes a little bit closer to home for agents?
Yeah, definitely. I kind of want to touch on that Red Bull example. It looped back around how they aligned themselves.
Sure.
They figured out who their target audience was. Red Bull, obviously, it's somebody who wants to get out there and do things, gives you wings. And so it's kind of ironic that they're literally giving them wings and jumping down.
That's awesome. Yeah, you nailed that.
It's perfect.
That is perfect.
But as far as agents go in local communities, something that they can align themselves with. I know we have a client here at Dakno that builds a lot of homes along the different greenway systems and the rivers and whatnot. So it's easy, so they can align themselves with different people that have that active lifestyle.
Absolutely, I love that, and we'll get more into that in just a few minutes. Now, another example of sort of real-life co-branding that we've seen out there in the marketplace is people like the Pottery Barn and maybe a paint supplier. So we see that in evidence, and that really is kind of relates more to what we see in real estate, talking about homes and paint and interior design. So if you haven't seen that, I'm sure you'll see it out there in the marketplace where people like Pottery Barn and maybe Benjamin Moore have come together because they have similar audiences. So that could be a very powerful marketing message to their audience. Let's talk a little bit more about another one that's really hits home in the luxury segment. So talk a little bit about one that I've seen and you and I've seen that we think is a great co-branding opportunity.
I'm sure we've all seen it, the BMW and Louis Vuitton partnership, co-branding relationship. It's so, obviously we all affiliate a lot of luxury cars with different luxury brands, and they definitely hit the nail on the head here. Yeah,
they did. I mean, so if you're on the go and you're sporting your BMW, then obviously you're going to be tossing in the trunk some of that. Some of that really cool, luxurious luggage that they produce. So let's move along now to the next segment. So, Kristin, we talked about everyday co-branding opportunities we've seen out there in the marketplace. Let's really drill down now to some co-branding opportunities that we see in action every day in the real estate industry. So tell us a couple of those that you experience every day in managing your clients.
I think one of the biggest ones that I legitimately see every single day is the co-branding opportunity and the instances of between a franchise and an individual agent. Mm-hmm. Not only is it a great way for a new agent to bump up and align themselves with somebody on a larger level with mm-hmm. leads, but the MLS also has them forced to.
Yeah, you always got to take into consideration what the rules are in the background there with the MLS and making sure that your websites and all your branding's in compliance and making sure that you're reflecting who that franchise is. So great point. I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, it's just one of those little practical things that you and I know, but maybe the agent doesn't always understand.
And it's like we talked about earlier, it's a perfect example when I'm a new agent to leverage me on like the Keller Williams name or the Century 21 name, and it really just broadens my reach in general.
Absolutely.
Another thing that I see a lot is the co-branding partnership between agents and lenders and mortgages.
Boy, that's a pretty common one we see in the marketplace, isn't it? Yeah, and so I think sometimes we don't understand the nomenclature that, what that really represents, but that's a pretty common one we see. And then the last one that we see is some creative ideas where we'll talk about a little later in the broadcast where we can get really more leading edge when it comes to those kind of examples. So stay tuned. We want to tease you with some really cool ideas that we've been sort of masterminding here here at Dakno.